Now, Anshu,
Yes, sir.
you have to face the music. It's always it's a tough ask to be the next speaker after Piyush Bhai, but I'm sure you will carry it through. Over to you, Anshu.
Thank you, Atul Bhai, and it was very good discussion Piyush had, and Piyush gave us a lot of insights. My topic is absolutely much different. It is hardcore statistical and understanding about what is happening. So it's topic on out of home consumption post COVID. Let us first understand what is out of home consumption. Out of home consumption is anything that is cooked or processed outside your home. It can be consumed inside, like biscuit or cakes or anything you can always buy and bring it at home, but it is a out of home consumption of edible oil. So the entire edible oil consumption is divided into two parts. One is the in-home consumption, and the other is the out of home consumption. So out of home consumption, let's first understand that we all estimate around 23 million metric ton is the edible oil consumption in India. These are all the statistics from different sources, but by and large, it's 23 million, give or take 500,000 here and there. So 23 million metric ton, and out of that, the out of home consumption, which I will now discuss one by one, is estimated at around 27%. So Harshal, can you just put on the slides? So 27% of the edible oil consumption in India comes from out of home consumption. And what are the basic things of out of home consumption that I would tell you? Before I go to the this point, I had also collected some. See, let me be honest that in-home consumption, there is a lot of statistical information available, particularly from Nielsen and IMRB. But out of home consumption, the statistics are not available at one place. However, one has to reach to a lot of associations, particularly the Snack Food Association, and then the All India Food Processors Association, then National Restaurant Association of India, Indian Biscuit Manufacturers Association, Indian Confectionaries Manufacturers Association, and then we had to go to World Instant Noodle Association of India, the Indian Ice Cream Manufacturers Association. So many associations, people or association experts, we had to link to them to understand how things are happening. And then I personally discussed with few more people who are directly into out of home business. So let's see. Before that, I'll just tell you what is happening at the Asian countries. Quick survey from the Asian countries. Next slide, please, Ashil. The Asian countries, if people were asked that what would you do? Would you eat at home or not? And 86% of the Chinese people are saying that they would eat at home. 77% in Hong Kong, 62% Malaysia, Vietnam, and South Korea. These are people saying that we won't eat outside. We will still prefer to eat at home. Takeaway has increased, and food delivery has also increased. So people are wanting to sit at home and eat. This is one. Second, Chinese consumer, 80% have said that they are paying attention to healthy eating rather than only eating, but they are seeing what is healthy eating. And consumers will assess not only where they are eating, but also what they are eating. So that is very important. So these are some of the tips that is coming from the other Asian countries. Next. So out of home consumption, I have divided this into two parts. One is the organized trade and one is the unorganized trade. I will come to unorganized trade later, but I will just get going on the figures because this is a very figure intensive thing. And out of home consumption, let us understand one of the big markets of biscuit industries where you have all these stalwarts of Parle, Britannia, ITC, and these are all formal biscuits and their reports are available. Anything between 2.3 to 2.5 million metric ton biscuits produced in India. And edible oil consumption is around 3.5 lakh tons per annum. Noodles and frying noodles today is consumed around 5 lakh metric tons, where Maggi still rules at around 50-55%. Rest of, there are a host of local brands. Frying is your chips, namkeens and Bikaner and Haldirams and all these people. So put together, the namkeen business is also pretty big, 2.5 million metric ton namkeen business in India. And put together, they consume around 5 lakh metric tons per annum. Confectionery business is mainly ice cream and chocolate industry, which consumes around 1.25 lakh metric tons. Bakery is the cake, pastry, bakery, bun, bread, and all this bakery. So it is around 2.25 lakh metric tons. Horeca is a big segment here. That is the hotel, restaurant, canteens, caterers, everybody, and this is a very formal thing. There is more than 1.5 lakh restaurants as per the National Restaurant Association of India. Now, their figures are, this is the estimate consumption is coming at around 12.5 lakh tons. Non-food is mainly paint industry, ink industry, and hair oil industry, which goes to at around 1.5 lakh metric tons. Total organized business is around 26 lakh tons. Now, I have tried to divide it into two halves rather than quarter and understand, because the first half is going to be different than second half. And out of the first half, 3 months have almost gone. That is April and gone, May gone, and June also likely to have a staggered response of opening up. Let's see what happens on tomorrow or day after, what type of lockdown is opened. But we'll have to see that. Our estimates are that biscuit figures, almost 40% production is down first half. The second half, they are all expecting to recover fast after the school, colleges and everything gets set. So 15% still they will be down in the second half. Noodles is badly hit in the first half. It's 55% down, and our figures from Nestle indicates that they are running at around 40-45 now. They was much lower in April, and they are looking at slowly improving it. Similar is the case with many other big players, but the smaller players are in real trouble. Their manufacturing is still not started. So 55% down, we are expecting noodles business first half. Second half, fairly better at 20% down, because a lot of activities would resume. Ice cream industry, you have already read that 85% of the business of ice cream industry is down, and Amul is saying that they have lost 85% of the ice cream business. And in confectionery, biggest is the ice cream consumer. 5 lakh metric tons of ice cream is consumed in India. And ice cream industry expects 65% down in the first half. Second half will be okay, better, 25% down. Bakery also is expected to be 50% down now and 15% second half. Then comes Horeca restaurant. This is very, very badly hit in all the aspects. If you see, the restaurants are in dining, restaurants are feeling that they may not be allowed even in June. So after July only they may start. We have checked up with the aggregator suppliers like Swiggy, Zomato. I will come to their figures later, but they have also said that the home delivery has badly affected. Second, restaurants are not allowed to open after 6 o'clock. Till 6 o'clock they are allowed, so only home delivery. So that has also affected their performance. Factories are not working, so canteens are not there. Entire marriage season washed out, the summer marriage. So caterers are not very gung-ho about things. Second half, marriages are there, but they expect that there can be embargo on big crowds. And caterers on discussion speaks that marriage this year at least may not see the large crowd that we are used to seeing. So they are worried about how things will happen. 65% down in Horeca segment first half, and the second half is 25%. Non-food business, we have seen paints industry is in bad shape, 40% down. So overall, if you see the first half, organized trade expected to be down 57% and second half 21%. And overall 37% down. We expect 1 million ton drop in demand on out-of-home consumption in organized trade. This is at this point of time, assuming that from June, things will start opening better. School colleges are likely to start from July, if not July, latest by August, because schools, colleges plays a very important role in snack foods, noodles, and other restaurants and small roadside stalls. They work on that. Let's go to unorganized out-of-home consumption. Unorganized, let me tell you, there is no even good figures available. We have tried to get only from the organized players what they think about unorganized, and what other reports that we are getting, it's more or less like the migrant laborers, where very difficult to assess how many people have actually returned home. And once we thought it is in lakhs, now it is in crores. So unorganized home, we have divided only into three parts. That is the frying industry, which is basically this vada pav and the bhajia stalls and the frying you see across the roads and places, or the small namkeen walas, the unorganized, who are making at the cottage industry and processing and selling in the rural markets or semi-urban. These today consume around 10 lakh metric tons. Dhabas and small restaurants across the country, there is 10 lakh such small restaurants and dhabas, according to the restaurant associations, who are actually unorganized, and they operate with 4 or 5 people, and 20 lakh metric ton is that they consume. Confectioners and bakers, these are all Nankatai and the local shops which produce a little bit of ice cream, little bit of chocolates or biscuits at the local level. Yes. So all put together, this is 56% down. They are expecting this first half and second half 26%. Overall 39% down. So overall, if you see both organized and unorganized, we expect around 2.37 million metric ton downfall in consumption of edible oil on out-of-home consumption. This can vary by 500,000 ton here and there, but by and large, this is the thing. Indian cloud kitchen, let me tell you, cloud kitchen or dark kitchen or even ghost kitchen is something that these kitchens actually goes for supplies. Behroz Biryani, since we supply basmati rice to them, I could speak to the owner founder, and he told me that against 1 lakh orders before the in February, Jan-Feb, he's presently doing 20,000 orders. It's down by, it's only up to 20% that he's servicing, because he says the biggest problem is that after 5 you have to close down, and the orders generally starts from 6 o'clock to midnight, 12 o'clock. Second half, they expect around 45,000 orders per day, and then 75,000. Still, he says that there is no chance of recovering 100% of the business by end of the year. Others are smaller than them, and that is the same. Swiggy also we have discussed, and they have a dark kitchen now where they are making their own pizza, mainly pizza and pav bhaji and biryani, and they are supplying, and their order is also down. So overall, if you see 46% down in order per day of all these things, which is matching with our out-of-home consumption and independently assessed. Next is, I will say, food aggregators. These are the people who actually pick up order from consumers and go to any hotel, restaurant, whichever is the consumer has selected, and bring it. So Zomato was doing 1.7 million orders per day before the COVID, that is all December, Jan, and now it is at 0.3. And they expect to go up by 0.5, but they are afraid first half may be washed out. IPL is one of their biggest season. For 60 days, they get the maximum number of home delivery. So IPL is not their first half. So they are expecting it to come second half. So they are still bullish a little bit. So 1.3. Swiggy also same. So overall, if you see here also around 48% down. So it looks like this is the type of average requirement that will fall. Next. So, so what is likely to happen is that pre-packaged food trays, vending machines, and all these things are going to happen. Digital delivery and pre-order. One thing that we are now seeing is that these delivery people are saying that consumers want to see how have you packed my food. So they have now giving online video of the restaurant and the packing and everything, including the delivery boy. to make the consumer satisfied that these are all hygienically packed. But the Behroz Biryani owner told us that consumers, more than the food, they are worried about the packaging material because they feel the packaging material may not be safe. So there is some work going on what type of hygiene in the packaging material these things are saying. But consumers are looking for some value addition, something more nutritious, something more immunity, something more healthy. Do your own and ready to cook or chef on calls is likely to be the scenario where people will call these at home and enjoy at home rather than move out. A Times of India survey recently done said only 10% would like to go to the malls immediately, 30% would like to go after 2 months, 30%, next 30% after 5 months, 6 months, and next 30% says after 1 year or 9 months, not before that. So that is how things are. Cloud kitchens will potentially become new meal factories, and you may actually find factories. These are all meal factories who will pack lunch and it will go to the offices or at homes. And instead of small restaurant, they can be a big cloud kitchen making meal as a factory outlet. Next. So some of the basic highlights taken are 74% says that will not visit restaurants even if it opens. Restaurants to steer towards delivery and takeaway. Only 4% visit mall, COVID impact. So all this is making that there is bound to be cut in out-of-home consumption by around 2.3 million to 3 million maybe if things are not very good, or maybe 2 million if things look very positive. And I have been trying to see where we can improve the business or where we can do it. We'll have to actually wait and see how consumers start behaving normally or naturally what they were doing, because that will be very important to see whether the wedding starts the same way from October, or we all go to the hotels, restaurants, and tourism starts, mainly the tourism, because food is consumed out of house mostly by the tourist, and that is not going to start before October, November. So we have to put a question mark on how things will happen. This is what I wanted to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Anshu, for that lovely presentation. In fact, you painted the right picture, how out-of-home consumption is going to be a big time loser in these times. Interesting thoughts and interesting statistics.